futuristic works, industrial designs, etc. So as a researcher and innovator, it's very important to know the aspects of intellectual property rights, because it's not only important for you to protect your own invention, but also to encourage others in innovations and also to respect the innovation of others. So let us get into today's session. So you can ask me at any point of time if you have any queries. So let's get started. So before getting into what is intellectual property rights, let me explain you from the beginning. That is, whenever you come across the term property, what is the first thing which comes into your mind? It is your tangible property, like if you own a car or you own a building. So these type of property is the first thing which comes into our mind. These are tangible properties which has its own physical form, you can feel and you can touch, right? So whenever you own any tangible property, what is the first thing you do? What is the first thing you do? You want to get it registered in your name, right? Because you don't want any third person to acquire your property without your permission, right? So similarly, there are some properties which does not have any physical form and you cannot feel or touch. That comes from the human mind or human intellect. So these type of property comes under intangible property, wherein intangible property is intellectual property. So even intellectual property like tangible property can be registered in your name. That is, before disclosing it to the public, you can always register in your name and then disclose it to the public. So whatever the rights that is being conferred to the intangible property like intellectual property is intellectual property rights. So as I told you, intellectual property rights, it is the property which comes from the human mind. That is, it's a product of the process which is emanating from the creativity of the human mind. Basically, it is a product of the human mind. So in the upcoming slides, we will be seeing different types of intellectual property rights. So now you can ask me, what is the importance and significance of protecting this intellectual property right? So coming back to the same example of tangible property, how you protect your movable or immovable property. Similarly, by protecting your intellectual property, you can exclude others from using it. Because you have the right to use your invention, so you are excluding other third parties from being used. By excluding others, you can utilize, commercialize and earn through your innovations. So how are you going to utilize and commercialize? The first thing is, you can either use it for your own use. Suppose if it's a product, you can manufacture your own product and you can use it for your own use. If you are not in a position to manufacture, you can always license or assign it to a third party. That is, you are protected as a patent. You are granted as a patent and you are not in a position to manufacture that particular product, or you cannot use that particular, as a computer science students, you would have come across many app developments, etc. in today's world. So if you are not in a position to use your own invention, you can always license it to a third party. That is, licensing is like you are owning a house and wherein you are not using that house for your own purpose, you are renting out to a third party. Similarly, when you are not capable of using your own invention, you can always license it to a third party and you can earn royalty through that. If you don't want to license it, the other option is assignment. Assignment is selling your property to a third party, so you will be getting a bulk amount of royalty through that process. So this is one option. The next option is merchandise or franchise your invention. Merchandise is you would have come across for example Disney t-shirts or some popular t-shirts and the mugs with all popular trademarks and all, right? So this is a type of merchandising your own brands. And franchises, like you would have come across many multiple outlets of, for example, Subway, McD, Baskin Robbins. So these are all like owned by a single party, wherein they are given to a multiple parties for running their business. So this is a franchise. Now, whenever the most common question is, I have an idea, can I go for a patent? This is what I hear from most of the students or families when I go to business colleges. So idea as such cannot be patented. So the clear thing is, idea as such cannot be patented. So when you have an idea, you have to check whether it is it has any novel form, novel product, or it is a novel solution, or it is some novel process. That is, whenever you have an idea, check if it is your own creativity.